Yeah, just take your time with the coloring though. This is just mainly just for practice. Using control with your mouse or even the tablets too. You just want to get comfortable with the program to be able to do it. And I'm just going to color in the mouth. It's okay later. We can color that part later in. All right, so now we have Pooh Bear colored in here. Okay, so now to do the clipping mask is real easy. And let me just erase this out. For a clipping mask, all you're going to do is you're going to right click on the Pooh Bear layer and click Create Clip Mask. Oops, that's the wrong order. So we're going to have to create a new layer. So when you create a new layer, make sure it's in between the outline and then above the layer that you colored. So we're going to just title this Pooh Bear Shadows. Okay, again, you want to make sure everything is organized. And we're going to actually create this as the clipping mask. So now there's going to be an arrow that goes into the Pooh Bear layer. And so whenever I create shadows, so let's just say I want to click on the swatch here, and I want to go with like a darker value. I can now use this layer to create shadows on my Pooh Bear. Oops, I was on the eraser. So on the brush, now I can create shadows on my Pooh Bear. And the nice thing about the clipping mask though is you can just color over it and not have to worry about coloring in this white space. It's only going to stay in that spot that you colored in from the bottom layer. So I'm just drawing the shadows for Pooh Bear here. And there's a couple different ways you can do shadows. You can do like the hard edge shadow like this. This is easy to do with the mouse. I'm fine with like these simple drawings using the this like hard edge shadow. That's fine. Got a little weird there. I think part of it was because I didn't finish coloring in that spot. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so going back here, and again, I'm just using the eyedropper to just pull the colors back together. That part of it too is you gotta make sure to color it in all the way. So I'm just doing just like basic shadows. Again, I'm gonna do it real quick. But I'm happy with like your drawings looking like this for this assignment. There's a couple different ways you can shade. That's one way you can do it. And if you wanted to, you can actually make like different clipping masks to it. So I'm gonna do another clipping mask here. And I'm going to show you guys a different way of doing shadows. So I'm just going to title this Shadows Gradient. So I'm just going to click on this eyeball just to hide it. Now there's another way you can do shadows too. If you click on the, or actually, I want to keep this on here just so I have the colors. You can click on this gradient tool here. If you don't have the gradient tool, just make sure to click and hold gradient. And you can, change your gradient. So one nice thing about the gradient tool is you can actually click on the gradient. So this would be like the lighter value. I'm going to make this the slight gray here. And then this one here, I'm going to eyedrop this gray here. And then we click OK. And if you actually like, draw a line for the gradient, you can actually make a gradient for Pooh Bear here. I'm just doing Command Z to undo, redo how it looks. Actually make that gradient a little bit darker. So you can also manually click on it and just kind of like push the values a little bit more. Go dark like that. Now, this gradient tool is nice and all, because it helps to create like a nice little gradient for the character. If you notice like those little white spots, it's just because I didn't finish coloring it in. So we're just gonna finish coloring that in. I'm not using the proper color still, but now the way the clipping mask works though is basically anywhere that you color in, it's going to basically just have that area being colored for like these top layers. So you see how like I got a little weird here. I really should have I really should have used this color here. It's okay though, not a big deal. Going back up to the top layer. This is like an easy way of like adding colors to it. And then the last way to if you didn't like either way, I need to fix this again. didn't mean to color that part dark. You know, you can use the tablet. I'm actually gonna use the tablet on this one. And you know, for like those of you that like to do rendering, you know, I use like the soft brush, change the opacity to 30. I'm just gonna go with the darker value. And you know, the other way you can do it too is manually. Oops. Make another clipping mask here. Oh, somehow I just automatically made it one way. The new layer. I guess it's just remembering like what I was doing earlier. You know, you can actually manually, you know, create your shadows too for your characters. You know, this gives it more like an artsy look. You know, whereas the other two are like more of, you know, one's more graphic, the others, you know, more computer generated. And again, there's usually no wrong or right way of how you want to do it. It's just, you know, what kind of like particular effect are you trying to go for with your drawings or images. And I don't really have like a problem with any method you want to use, but you know, you might want to try to experiment with all of them. You'll see which ones you like. This is kind of like more of like an airbrush that I'm doing on the drawing here. And, you know, I like this kind of quality just because, I mean, me personally, I like doing it this way just because it has more of a, you know, like an art quality to it. You know, you can actually see that somebody actually took their time to, you know, make the values look nice, rendered properly. Even though I'm moving kind of quick though, you know, it does have like more of like, you know, like a quality where you took your time. So, yeah, this one is, I just say airbrush. And, you know, it's good to like kind of label like what each of these things are, or, you know, label your layers. So it's airbrush, this is hard edge. Again, my hard edge got messed up somehow. And then you got gradient here. We can kind of work on this gradient a little bit more. So, you know, the longer you go, the longer the gradient will be. If you do like a quick one, you're gonna get like that. So we have to find a good balance here. That's pretty good. All right, but you know, after you're done with that, though, you know, same thing like before. You can actually put this on the bottom layer. I'm just gonna title this red shirt. Now let me show you something that's interesting though, the layers. So I'm just gonna color this part right here. Oops. So I gotta change my brush hard edge, 100. Now you know, since everything's kind of like separated into layers, if we just kind of like color it like briefly, you know, color it like this, I'm not gonna worry too much about like, you know, overlapping some of these colors here, just because, you know, that other layer I've already colored it before. So, you know, if you properly use your layers, you can really just, you know, make things a lot easier on yourself. So this red shirt though, it's on the top layer. So if I move this on the top, it's actually gonna go on top of my outline here. This on the bottom, it's gonna move it down one. And if I move this all the way to the bottom, below the, in between the Pooh Bear and the background. Oh, whoops. Somehow I turned it into a clipping mask. We're gonna have to release the clipping mask. So you can actually release this too. Oops. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll actually put it behind it, the Pooh Bear layer. The only thing is I have to kind of clean this up. But you see how like the outlines though, they kind of like went away. So it's actually behind this layer where I did the skin. So, you know, you can effectively use those layers to, you know, add those things. And if you want to add a background, you can. Just going to use the default color here. You know, and there you got your picture right there. All right.